Alright people, Catfish Dave here. I'm standing on the side of a very historical event. It's Christmas Eve, and this event happened on Christmas Eve. That's why I chose to fish here. This place is known as I don't know if I can say that on YouTube or not, so just for the video I'm going to call this, since I'm monetized, I'm going to call it Duck Poop Dock. But that's not what they named it. Anyway, back in the Civil War, the Union troops and Confederate troops were fixing to collide back here in the woods, down here towards Kingston, Tennessee. They all met up, they all lifted their muskets up to fire, and they were all out of lead. Nobody had any bullets. So they're like, well shoot, you know, what are we going to do now? Well, they couldn't shoot each other. They were also out of food. They got to just hanging around talking since nobody couldn't shoot each other. One of the Yankee troops, I believe his name was Grizzly Adams, he volunteered to go out and try to find some food for everybody. A couple of the Confederate troops said, well, he shouldn't go alone. He might bring us back some poisoned hamburgers and fries, you know. So a couple Confederate troops went with him. I believe their names was Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett, I believe. But anyway, they headed up this dirt trail up by the river here. Right now it's a highway. They really didn't know where to look for food. And they came up to this dock. And there was an Indian chief out there catfishing called Chief Big Pipe. So they walked out to the Indian, said, hey man, where can we get some food? He says, if y'all smoke this peace pipe with me, I'll take you up to get some food. So they did. They smoked the peace pipe. They got to looking around at all the duck crap all over the dock. And that's how the dock got its name. But anyway, the chief took them up the road to Kingston and took them to a Subway there in town, and they all got party platters to take back to the troops. But that's how this spot got named. It's a place of historical significance. So like Big Chief did back in the day, or old Big, whatever his name was, Chief Big Pipe, I'm out here going to try and catch catfish too, right where he was catching them. Merry Christmas, y'all. It ain't much, but it's a fish right here where Chief Big Pipe used to catch him. While they were up getting their sandwiches at Subway, the men realized they should probably stop and get some more bullets while they was in town, because you can't kill each other without bullets. So they stopped and they got a bunch of bullets. They went back to camp, or back to the battle site. Took them a while to eat all their sandwiches. Then they passed out bullets. They all separated sides. By the time the men had got their guns all powdered back up and loaded back up, Chief Big Pipe showed up riding through and said, hey boys, they just announced the war was over. They're like, are you serious? He said, yeah, just come on over here and smoke some of this peace pipe with me and let's celebrate. So they all smoked peace pipe. I believe there was some Subway leftovers. They ate more leftovers, hung out, played cards, and then the men all went home. But basically, it was the Battle of Kingston that never happened. By the time they went and got their sandwiches and ate them, got their muskets loaded up to refire, the war had been called off. And really, it was probably Chief Big Pipe that saved their lives, because in the extra time it took them to stop and smoke that peace pipe before they went to Subway, that's about the time it would have took them to load up and fire. So, like I say, the war was called off. Nobody got shot. Not out of that bunch anyway. If it wasn't for the event of what happened on this dock, those men would have had time to go back and blow their brains out. That little bit of delay of Chief Big Pipe stopping them to smoke that peace pipe delayed it just enough to keep that from happening. So, Duck Poop Dock, it's a nasty name, but part of history and a beautiful Christmas story. That little bit of delay allowed those men to go home Christmas Day and eat Christmas dinner with their family and still have their heads on their bodies. All right, people, I gotta go to the house and open some presents. Wanted to come out and do a little Christmas Eve video for y'all. Mainly wanted to make a fishing video wearing this ridiculous hat, and also to wish y'all Merry Christmas from Catfish Dave.